Emma loved her new apartment. It was everything she had hoped for and more. It was small and cozy, perfect for a fresh start. The warm lighting and personal touches made it feel like home instantly. The old building had character, with its vintage charm and unique architectural details. Its creaky floors and antique fixtures whispered stories of the past, adding to the apartment's allure. But one piece of furniture stood out, an ornate gilded mirror that came with the apartment. It was unlike anything Emma had ever seen. It leaned against the far wall, shrouded in shadows, almost as if it was hiding something. Emma didn't pay it much attention at first. She was too busy unpacking and settling in, making the space her own.
Days turned into nights, and the apartment began to feel more like home. Emma was adjusting well to her new life, finding joy in the little things. The city noises outside her window became a familiar lullaby, comforting her as she drifted to sleep. But sometimes late at night, she felt a chill, a presence that made her uneasy. She would find herself staring at the ornate mirror, its surface oddly blank in the darkness. Her unease grew with each passing night. There was something not quite right about that mirror. It seemed to hold secrets waiting to be uncovered. The mirror was tall and imposing, standing like a silent guardian in the corner of the room. Its frame was a masterpiece of carved wood, swirling with intricate details that seemed to tell a story of their own. It was beautiful in a way, but also unsettling, as if it held secrets from a time long past. Its age seemed to weigh heavily upon it, its surface reflecting the dim light in an odd, almost liquid way, distorting reality.
Emma avoided looking directly at it, feeling a strange unease whenever she caught its reflection. Its presence filled the room, a silent, watchful sentinel from another time, casting a shadow over her new home.
She tried to ignore it, focusing on making the apartment feel like home, filling it with warmth and personal touches. She hung pictures, arranged furniture, and filled the space with her laughter, hoping to drown out the mirror's silent presence. But the mirror remained silent, observant, a constant unyielding presence, a constant reminder of a history Emma couldn't quite place, a mystery that lingered in the back of her mind. And slowly, surely, it began to draw her in, its allure becoming impossible to resist. One evening, as Emma was passing the mirror, she paused. Her reflection seemed off. It wasn't her. The girl in the mirror was a twisted version of herself, her features stretched and distorted in a grotesque mockery.
Emma gasped, stumbling back in fear. Her heart raced.
She blinked, and the image was gone. Her normal reflection stared back, her eyes wide with fear. Had she imagined it? Was it a trick of the light? She couldn't be sure, but a seed of doubt had been planted. The mirror was not what it seemed. It was more than just an old piece of furniture. It was alive somehow, and it was watching her. The voice started subtly, a whisper at the edge of her hearing. It always seemed to come when she was alone, when the city outside was quiet, and the apartment felt heavy with silence.
The first time Emma heard it, she dismissed it as the wind whistling through the old windows. But the voice persisted, growing stronger each time.
It spoke her name. It commented on her life, her dreams, her fears, things that no one else could possibly know.
Emma was terrified, but also strangely drawn in. Who was this voice trapped within the mirror's depths? What did it want from her? She was torn between running away and delving deeper into the mystery.
The voice in the mirror grew bolder, more persistent. It no longer whispered. It spoke in clear, seductive tones, promising Emma everything she ever desired.
Wealth, love, happiness. You are special, Emma. You are destined for greatness. Just listen to me, follow my guidance.
Emma knew she should resist. This had to be some kind of trick. But the voice was so convincing, so alluring. It preyed on her deepest desires, her insecurities, her longing for something more. It offered a way out of her ordinary life, a chance to become extraordinary, and slowly, subtly, it began to twist her thoughts, her perceptions, her very sense of self. As days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, Emma found herself spending more and more time in front of the mirror, listening to its promises, its alluring whispers, its whispers of a brighter future. A future that seemed just out of reach. She withdrew from her friends, distancing herself from the world she once knew, her life outside the apartment fading into the background, becoming a distant memory. The mirror and its voice became her only confidants, her only solace, her only reality.
I can't believe how much I've changed. How did this happen? I don't even recognize myself anymore. Who is this person staring back at me?
She began to change, slowly but surely. Her reflection in the mirror no longer looked like her. Her eyes were brighter, her skin paler, her features sharper, almost otherworldly. She seemed to radiate an unnatural light, an ethereal glow, a captivating aura that drew people to her like moths to a flame. But beneath the surface, a darkness grew, a sinister presence that she couldn't ignore. The voice in the mirror was changing her, molding her into something unrecognizable, something she feared, something she couldn't escape. One night, Emma realized the horrifying truth. She was trapped. The mirror wouldn't let her go. Its voice, once seductive, was now cold and menacing, a constant presence in her mind. She tried to break free, to smash the mirror, to escape its grasp, but it was too late.
No, this can't be happening. I have to get out of here.
The mirror held her captive, its surface rippling like water, her reflection a distorted, grotesque mockery of her former self. The voice echoed in her head, a constant reminder of her imprisonment. Emma was lost, her soul slowly being consumed by the darkness that lurked within the mirror's depths. Just when all hope seemed lost, a faint sound broke through the haze of despair. A knock on the door. Emma's heart leaped. Someone was there. Someone from her old life.
Who could it be?
The voice in the mirror hissed angrily, urging her to ignore it.
Ignore it, Emma. They can't help you, only I can.
But something inside Emma, a flicker of her former self, refused to be silenced. The knocking grew more insistent. The voice in the mirror grew louder, more menacing. Emma's head pounded.
Who is at the door? Could they help me? Or would they become another victim of the haunted mirror's dark magic?